Let's have a look at how next week will be for you. What will happen, why, and what can you do about it, all right? These readings I'm going to do today will cover the period from Monday, January the 9th, to Sunday, January the 15th, 2023, okay? If you are familiar with the way I do things around here, you can go straight to your reading by checking the timestamps in the description below this video and clicking on your favorite number or crystal. They are in the same order as usual. But if you are here for the first time and you have no idea what's going on, there I have 9 crystals. I'm going to do a reading for each one of them. You'll pick the one you like the most, a crystal or a number from 1 to 9, and then you can go listen the reading you chose. So here we have the crystals from 1 to 9. Number 1 is a Amethyst. Number 2, Howlit. Number 3, Landscape Jasper. Number 4, we have a Moonstone. Number 5, Green Jade. Number 6, Blue Apatite. Number 7, Black Obsidian. Number 8, a Carneol. And number 9, Unakit. All right, all of these being said, let's go to the first reading for those of you who picked number 1 or the Amethyst. Let's put the other ones aside. Okay, for those of you who picked the first crystal or number 1 or the Amethyst, let's see what the next week has for you, all right? Okay, let's see. Let's see the situation. The Knight of Pentacles in its upright position. Seems like you're going through a very efficient week. You're working hard, you're productive, you stick to a routine, and you manage to take care of your daily tasks and responsibilities. You're detail-oriented, you do things slow but steady. You get to complete everything that is on your to-do list. Seems like you started the new year well. Let's see what led you to this. If I should guess a card, it would be 3 of Wands upright probably. But no, 4 of Swords in its upright position. This suggests you've been through a period of rest, of recovery. Maybe you had some days off during the winter holidays, maybe alone or surrounded by your family or very close friends. You had some time to withdraw, some well-deserved time to recharge your batteries, to declutter your mind. And now you're ready to return with fresh forces to start the new year with energy and determination. Very positive picture. Let's see where this will get you. The 7 of Wands in its reversed position. Looks like some clouds are gathering on the horizon. It's possible that somebody will criticize you or not agree with this lifestyle you decide to adopt. Or maybe you'll be soon feel overwhelmed by all the responsibilities and tasks you took on your shoulders. It's possible that you'll give up or intend to give up. It makes me think of those New Year resolutions that fail in the first weeks, you know? If this applies to you, then you should not lose your motivation that soon. Stick to your path, stick to your methods. You're the one that knows better what's good for you, all right? Good. I hope this has been helpful. And if it resonated with you, then I invite you to click the like and the subscribe button. If you want some more in-depth, more complete readings, then you should check my winter solstice readings. I use my thought deck and I do Celtic cross spreads. You'll find the link in the description box below, all right? Good. See you next week. And now let's go to the second reading for those of you who picked number 2, crystal number 2, or the Howlit, all right? Let's see what the next week has for you. For those of you who picked number 2 or the Howlit. Let's see the next week from January the 9th to January the 15th. As you already probably know, I don't take the jumpers. Okay, here we go. The situation next week. The Death in its reversed position. Seems that you're afraid or worried to let go of the past. An important change is about to happen this week, and you'll just try to resist. Can be any kind of change that happens or needs to happen, whether you like it or not, okay? Let's see what led to this. The Four of Cups in its reversed position. Now, you do desire a new start. Seems like you got caught in some repetitive negative thinking patterns or behaviors, which, how can I put it, which don't bring anything good to you, even if you find them familiar. That's how you function. I tend to think you were used to take for granted the things that you have, that you found some life situations boring and did not put any effort to, I don't know, to try to bring excitement back. You were turning away every opportunity that showed up. Well, I tend to think that this week the change, whatever it is, will happen, even if you feel unprepared for it. I guess you cannot do anything but accept it, all right? Let's see where this will go from here. Advice or outcome? The Ace of Swords in its upright position. This is a breakthrough moment, you know, like that light bulb over the head of some cartoon characters. The potential of mental clarity, as if you couldn't see clearly an image on your computer's display, and suddenly you realize that the display is covered by dust. And you wipe it off, and there you go. You've got a completely new perspective. So I believe that after you struggle and resist change, you realize that no matter what, it is happening. So you need to accept and adapt, all right? I'm sure you can do it. All right, so this was the reading for those of you who picked number 2 or the Howlit. I hope this reading has been helpful to you. If you resonated with it, I invite you to click the like and the subscribe button. And if you want some more in-depth, more complete readings, you can check my winter solstice readings. There I use the Thought deck and I do Celtic cross spreads. You'll find the link to them in the description box below this video, all right? Good. See you next week. And let's go to the reading for number 3. For those of you who picked the Landscape Jasper or number 3, all right? Let me take a sip of tea first. All right, let's go. For those of you who picked number 3 or the Landscape Jasper, let's see what the next week has for you. Here we go. There's traffic under my window. Nothing I can do about it, sorry. Good. Let's see. Here we go. The situation. The 9 of Swords in its upright position. Seems like next week you'll be afraid of something. You'll be frightened of something. This is the card of anxiety, of black thoughts, of thoughts who don't let you sleep at night. It's like you feel guilty of something, maybe something you did, maybe something you said, but your mind tends to make it a way bigger issue than it actually is. Let's see what brought you here. The Knight of Wands in its reversed position. Seems like you lost your temper, like you acted on impulse. Maybe you went mad for a very, I don't know, childish reason. And now you feel the consequences, all right? It's like you could not keep your temper. You acted or spoke recklessly. Maybe you got someone upset or offended. And now you're sorry. You wish you didn't say or do what you did or said. Let's see an advice or outcome. The Fool in its reversed position. It's like you indeed are taking too many risks and keep acting recklessly, all right? It's like this is your way of being, and you cannot do much to change that. You take risks, but you ignore the consequences, all right? You do things without having the necessary experience or tools. You just jump in the unknown without thinking at the consequences at that precise moment. You engage in risky activities. You act on your impulses. You disregard the consequences in the moment you do something. Okay, but later, after you already did what you did, you start and ruminate and start ask yourself, oh my God, what have I done? This indicates me like some kind of repetitive circle, like a loop, all right? So you do something, then you regret, but then you do it again and you regret it again. Even if I don't have any addiction card here, I tend to believe it's like not necessarily that situation, but similar to like when you get very very drunk and act crazy, and the second day when you wake up, you cannot believe what you did, all right, and you feel sorry, you feel ashamed, you want to go hide under a rock. If I could take this as an advice, this indicates me that you should take it a bit easier with your impulses, all right? You should try to control yourself a bit and think before you act, all right? So this was the reading for those of you who picked number 3 or the Landscape Jasper. I hope this has been helpful. If it resonated with you, please hit the like and the subscribe button. And if you want some more in detail, more complete readings, you can check my winter solstice readings. I'll leave the link of the playlist in the description of this video. All right, and see you again next week. Now let's go for those of you who picked number 4 or the Moonstone. All right, let's see what the next week has for you. Okay, here we go. The situation, the Fool in its upright position. I had this one reversed in the previous reading. Well, when it is upright, it signifies new beginnings, of new experiences, unlimited potential. It's the card of new opportunities. You don't know exactly where you are going, but you have to be ready to embrace the unknown, to leave behind any fear, all right? If you wanted to do something and if you were waiting for a sign, then this is it, all right? Just go for it. All right, let's see what brought you here. What got you here? The 8 of Swords in its upright position. This shows me you had some limiting beliefs, all right? You were trapped somehow in your own mind. You believed that that your options are limited, you know, with no clear way out. This does often associate with a victim mentality, and you somehow are afraid that any step you take, any decision you make will lead to negative consequences, all right? But then we have the Fool here, and I think you're going to step out of this. You're going to say, all right, what the hell, I'll do it, you know? But let's see where this leap of faith will get you. The Ace of Pentacles in its reversed position. You'll miss an opportunity. You'll miss it, or you'll refuse to take it. a financial, a material opportunity. I tend to believe you got a new job offer or a financial offer which you didn't really want to take. You somehow hesitate to accept it, all right? You think that it's not the right timing. Maybe you'll miss it because the person who did the offer will retract it without giving any explanation because they saw a change in your behavior and in your approach to life. Or maybe this is exactly what it means. You simply decide to take this foolish, in the opinion of others, this foolish decision to not accept the offer, and this will probably make you happier, at least in this stage of your life. Maybe this makes sense for you more than it does for me. This was the reading for those of you who picked number 4 or the Moonstone. If you want some more in detail, more complex readings, you can check my winter solstice readings where I use my thought deck and I do Celtic cross spreads. You'll find the link in the description box below this video, all right? Wish you a great week, and let's go further to the reading number 5 for those of you who picked number 5 or the Green Jade, all right? Let's see what the next week brings to you. The week beginning with January the 9th to January the 15th, 2023. Let's see for those of you who picked number 5 or the Green Jade. Let's see. What do we have here for you? All right, here we go. The situation. The Hanged Man. And this is somehow, it can be a sign that you need to put everything on hold for the moment, all right? The need for a pause. The need of a new perspective. You see how he hangs with his head down, so he sees the world upside down. All right, let's see what brought you here. What do you have to change your perspective on? The Ace of Cups upright. This is a new emotional beginning, a new relationship, a new feelings, falling in love. It's a chance to fresh emotional start. It can mean the perfect time to open your heart, you know. You have a lot of love to offer. But it seems like you have to pause and rethink all this, all right? It's like, are you sure you're giving the love in the right direction? I can get an image about what's happening. Okay, let's see what is the outcome or advice. It's the Four of Wands in its reversed position. This will lead to a lack of harmony in your home environment. Maybe you're married and you start to have feelings for someone else. Because this one shows me some kind of home conflict, of a lack of harmony in your family, in your home, you know. On the other hand, it can show me lack of or fear of public commitment, you know. This can be. There are two situations that come to my mind. One of them is that you're married, you're in an established relationship, and you fall in love with someone else, thing that will lead to conflict in your home environment. And in this case, the Hanged Man tells me that you should put your life on pause for a minute and reevaluate what's going on, you know. And another possibility could be that you're in love with someone, but you're afraid to make this thing public. Maybe it's not the right person. Maybe there is a huge, I don't know, age gap between you. Maybe some social or economic differences or whatever. Okay, this is pretty vague for me too. I will not go into more detail. I will not take a clarification card. This might apply to you or not. Well, if it resonated with you, then I invite you to hit the like and the subscribe button. If you want some more in detail or complex readings, you can check my winter solstice readings. There I use my Thoth deck, and I do Celtic cross spreads, and you can find the link to the playlist in the description below this video. All right? Good. Now let's go further to reading number 6. For those of you who picked number 6 or the Blue Apatite, all right? Let's see what the next week has for you. All right, here we go. The situation, the Ace of Cups in its reversed position. Well, this shows me the potential of a new emotional beginning that did not happen or will not happen this week. This can mean anything. This can mean that you repress your emotions, or you think it's not the right time to open your heart. Or maybe you're ready to give love, to offer love, but you don't find the right person for that. Let's see what brought you here. The Knight of Swords in its upright position. This is a very ambitious and action-oriented person. Somebody who once he has his mind set on something, nothing is going to stop him from getting what he wants. All right. Thinking fast, acting fast, going straight forward in your face, you know. It's someone who tells things exactly how they are. Maybe it's you, you know, maybe it's you, and this shows me that you have to soften up a bit, all right? But let's see though where this will get you. The Page of Wands in its reversed position. What's going on here? Looks like somehow you lack direction. What I believe is that you want to be a bit more soft, but you don't know how to act. It's like a bear trying to drink from a crystal glass. That's what I believe, that you're trying to emotionally approach someone, but you don't know how to do it because you're not used to it. You're afraid to not harm, to not offend that someone. At least that's what I see in these cards. You met someone who's so soft, so sensitive. It's like a spring flower, you know? You're afraid that if you touch it, you break it, or it will fail, all right? Well, that's the image I get from these cards. In other circumstances, I would have pulled a clarification card, but I will not do it now. Maybe this makes more sense for you than it does for me. If you found this reading helpful and you resonated with it, then I invite you to hit the like and the subscribe button. If you want some more complex, more in detail reading, then you can check my winter solstice readings, where I use my thought deck and I do Celtic cross spreads. You can find the link to the playlist in the description below this video, right? Good. See you next week. And now let's go to the reading number 7 for those of you who picked number 7 or the Black Obsidian, all right? Let's see what the next week will bring to you. Okay, here we go. The situation. The Ten of Cups in its reversed position. This indicates to me some kind of troubles in paradise. It's like something it's not working in your home environment, in your family. Something is not right here, all right? Something comes to stir, to disturb the peace and the calm from within your family. Let's see what brought you here. What is this all about? The Ace of Wands in its reversed position. This indicates to me an opportunity that's being lost or rejected. I think I had something similar in the readings from the last week. I will check after I finish the readings today, all right? But it's like something you didn't do and now you somehow are in trouble for that. It's like you have to face some consequences, all right? Let's see an advice or outcome. The Lovers in its upright position. You know, this card has two big meanings. One of them speaks of love and harmony and soulmates and stuff like that, and the other one is about choices. I usually use the choices meaning in my readings, but now I tend to believe that the harmony and the peace in your home will be restored. Whatever the problem was, an argument, a misunderstanding or something, I think you'll go over it, all right? But I just cannot ignore the other meaning, all right? It could also mean you're attracted to someone, you know it's not the right thing, you know it can bring trouble in your family life, and you'll have to make a choice, all right? If this applies to you, I'm sure you'll take the right decision. Good, so this was the reading for those of you who picked number 7 or the Black Obsidian. If this reading resonated with you, if you found it somehow helpful, then please hit the like and the subscribe button. And if you want some more in detail, more complete readings, then you can check my winter solstice readings. You'll find the link to the playlist in the description of this video. See you next week, and now let's go to the reading number 8 for those of you who picked number 8 or the Carneol. All right, let's see what the next week brings to you. All right, here we go. The situation, the 7 of Cups in its upright position. Seems like next week you'll have many options to choose from, but seems like they are not realistic options. It's like you daydream. It's like you think, well, if I win the lottery, what am I going to buy? What am I going to do with that money? And if you meet the person of your dreams, how will your relationship develop in the next 2 years? Or things like that, you know? It's like somehow you project into the future what you want to create, instead of taking action, you know. It's like next week you're prone to illusion and unrealistic ideals. Okay, let's see what brought you here. The Empress in its reversed position. First thing that goes through my mind is that you're not happy with your body, with your image, and next week you'll just dream about how much weight you should lose, or in some cases put on, instead of actually doing something, starting a diet, starting to exercise. It's like you try to find the easy path of not doing anything and just expecting things to happen. All right, let's see an outcome or an advice. The Hanged Man in its upright position. To be honest with you, I was expecting and hoping for a card that will call to action, some wand or something. But the Hanged Man here tells me you need to change your perspective over things, to take a pause, a break, all right? Maybe you need to reevaluate what you have and what you want to have, where you are in this point and in what point you want to get. And then establish the steps you have to take in order to attain your goal, all right? This can also mean disappointment around the pregnancy, but I don't see any other pregnancy card around. maybe you're not able to get pregnant, and now you're daydreaming, you're searching for options, maybe unconventional methods. Anyhow, there will be a period of stagnation, and you'll have to find new perspectives. Hope this made sense, and if it resonated with you and you found this helpful, then I invite you to hit the like and the subscribe button. And if you want some more in detail readings, you can check my winter solstice readings. You're going to find the link to the playlist in the description of this video. All right, see you next week. Hope you'll have a wonderful week. Now let's go to those of you who picked number 9 or the Unakit, the last reading. Let's see what the next week will bring to you. All right, here we go. For those of you who picked the Unakit, the situation next week. The Ace of Swords in its upright position. There will be a breakthrough moment, a new idea that will come to you out of nowhere. All right. Seems like it is no better moment to express your idea and your thoughts. All right. Good. Let's see what brought you here. The Eight of Cups in its reversed position. There is something you decided to give another try. You're somehow confused about what path you need to take. You're not ready to leave something behind, something that's not exactly fulfilling. It's not bringing you happiness, you know. It's like, give it another try, but in what sense? It's like staying in a unfulfilling relationship out of fear of being alone, or staying in a lukewarm workplace because you are afraid you're not going to find something better, things like that. Maybe this week you'll take the decision you need to. All right, let's see what's the outcome or the advice. The Seven of Pentacles in its reversed position. Well, this it's like you leave some things unfinished, you procrastinate, it's like you don't put any effort, you just lack the long-term vision you need. And that's because it's somehow that you decide to remain where you are, even if you know you can do better than that. All right, but maybe you're too lazy, too bored, too afraid. I don't see big changes next week. There is an idea that will occur to you, maybe the seed of a new plan of action, but you'll stay where you are in the present, at least the next week. That's how I see things. If you found this reading helpful and if you resonated with it, then I invite you to click the like and the subscribe button. And if you want some more in detail and complex readings, you can check my winter solstice readings. You can find the link to the playlist in the description of this video. So these were the readings for the next week from January the 9th to January the 15th. I hope you had fun, and see you all next week. Bye!